Hello, 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 everybody.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Not yet.
Christmas.
Not yet.
Merry
Almost.
Christmas.
Not yet.
Welcome, everybody, to the Christmas edition of the 13th Dimension. And as you can see, I have a whole lot of people here with me.
Yay.
Hey! So, how's everybody doing?
I have been running all day long and did not think I was going to make it to this, but
Yay.
We're
Thank
glad
goodness
you
you
made
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's been a great last minute shopping.
Oh,
That
what's
part
your
is
love laws?
no, not so much.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, got a little crazy out there today. I had to run out and do a little bit of shopping myself today. And speaking of which, I got some great news. I
uh-oh.
I ordered this on Black Friday, and it literally came to my doorstep while I was in the green room with Joe. And John Ward's latest book, the
Oh,
Scarecrow series,
wow.
finally
Very
came to my
cool.
door
I
tonight.
wonder, I got one for Nate. I wonder if it got there yet.
Yeah, it literally just got to my doorstep a half hour ago, so I'm pretty excited about that. Now I'll have that to read next year once I start his entire series.
Yes.
Hello, everybody out there in the audience. Iris,
Hi, Iris. Hi, Jennifer.
Joanne.
Hey, Joanne.
So
I
tonight,
didn't even know I was
Oh,
muted.
I couldn't
So,
see.
hi everyone.
There we go.
see that's how well I pay attention to these things. I didn't really. Um, so tonight we're going to be talking about Christmas,
Okay.
and
Yay.
only
Christmas.
3 days away. Are you ready?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Let me rephrase the question. Have you ever known anybody to be ready for Christmas?
Yep.
Yeah, I know people who are always ready. Very
Really?
ready.
Yeah, when I was 8.
Yep.
Yes, girl.
Yeah,
I
all
didn't have to
children
do
are ready.
anything.
For it.
I agree
Yeah.
with her. I agree with her. Being 8 years old again and to be that kid to have the wrapping paper tubes and just smacking everyone with it and running around the house. Those were the days. So I agree.
Oh,
8 years old was fun.
All
were
right,
we
having the
supposed to
old
stop
fashioned
doing that?
Christmas.
No, I don't stop.
Okay. Just checking.
I'm getting this thing shared out.
We're having those old fashioned Christmas with family at grandma's house, where everybody's getting along.
Mhm.
Those days don't happen too often now.
No.
No, they don't. Um,
Mm.
it's like so many things that we all had grown up with has become a thing of the past.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
somebody actually mentioned that Christmas cards are becoming a thing of the past too.
Until you started this,
Yeah.
I hadn't gotten one of those in
This is my
years.
5th year of doing that now,
That was cool.
and it
Oh.
keeps growing. Just keeps
Well,
growing.
yeah. Some of us
Yeah.
are old and don't want to let go of some of that stuff.
My cards are still in the box. So I was going to wait till tomorrow. I'm done working after today, and tomorrow I get to focus on that. So, yeah.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. How
Good.
you doing?
I'm doing okay, I guess. Work day. I got to work again tomorrow.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, it sure does. I work alone tomorrow though, so I work in a state park, so I have the whole place to myself. So it's not
Very
that bad.
cool.
Oh, so you'll have some peace and quiet then.
Well, except for the people that come there.
Yeah.
They walk around with their dogs and their kids yelling and interrupt my peace.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky and you get the weather that we just had today. It's been raining all day.
Yeah.
Actually,
same.
we're supposed to get slightly warm. It's been cold here, but we're supposed to get slightly warmer weather tomorrow, and then warmer on Christmas Eve, and then warmer on Christmas.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be
Wow.
here too. We
Yo,
should have.
what weather?
We're not going to here in Wisconsin. Believe it or not, we're not going to get a white Christmas.
Nope.
We haven't seen one here in Philly in
Christmas Eve on
Decade.
Christmas Eve Sunday, it's going to be in the 50s, mid 50s.
It's flooding here in California, so very rare that a lot of the homes out here, a lot of rescues and a lot of shelters opening up for the people in the area.
Wow.
So I'm in California, and so everyone checks on me to make sure I'm okay. And I'm like, I was so asleep in my own world, I didn't even know it was happening until later on. So I told my husband, I would be the girl that missed a tornado and just got carried away like Dorothy because I was knocked out.
Just wake up in a weirdly
What's LA?
colorful world.
I'm an hour out of LA. Yeah.
I have seen those. I drove from New Mexico all the way around California on Highway 50. Is it 50?
Mhm.
And the slides, the roads were shut down because the roads had already slid down and houses had slid. It was awful.
That was bad. That happened. I actually got affected one year when that happened. I had a home that actually the hillside actually fell on, and we had to move. So I was part of a disaster in that situation. It's a very surreal feeling to be part of that. So when you drove through it, and it's not something you can. The water and the mud move quick. The mud and the water is it's different. You're stuck in it, so you can't really move out of it. So yeah, that's a tough one to be witness.
I
You know,
just can't
on Highway
imagine.
in Nevada, it's bad. I've been on it twice now. I was on it earlier this year. So many winding roads and up and down the mountains. And at one point, in the middle of the state, you're going one direction and then you're completely going down the other direction just because of the mountains. And I'm thinking, oh, there's got to be a better way of traveling through this.
Right.
It's mountains. What do you expect? Yo, it's
Yeah.
gonna wind.
Right. But on a sunny day, they're nice. They're nice
They're-
to be around on a sunny day. There's a really nice beach spot that I head out to, and they have a nice big old swing that I can get on, and I look at the sun and I feel into the mountains. So it's a pretty cool, it has its moments of a beautiful scenery for sure. You got the beach and the mountains. So now the mixture just brings love. It just brings that like, I'm grounded, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
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 We get a white Christmas Sunday night into Monday morning. It's supposed to snow. So
Very cool.
I don't think we've had one since I was like a teenager, maybe. And I'm 48 now, so it's been a little while. Yeah.
except
Okay.
That's been a
So-
minute.
Mason's driving in on that. So we'll see how that goes.
Wow. Like Kaza says, it's constantly raining and she's in Scotland, one of my girlfriends. They get rain like almost every
Oh well, yeah.
yeah, it's constantly raining out that way for them. So
For whatever reason, like Scotland, Ireland, and England always have a lot of rain.
right. It's,
I was about to ask, like, is that Scotland, UK? Because
It is.
yeah, it's very famous for the Scotch mist. It's not even rain; it's just like this mist rain, and it just stays there the whole day, and it's very dark and
That's what I like.
damp.
you like that, Jeremy?
Yeah,
I
I
do
like that. We just had that the other day here. I walked out and it's like, okay, it's very misty. It's like somebody is using like a little spritz bottle on you.
Right.
And I actually enjoy that. So I would love to go over there and that's all you get.
If it's
Yeah.
hot, if it's
Get
hot,
right in.
Hang on.
She says if
Okay.
they're lucky, they get sun for out of the year if they're lucky 1 week of it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go that way next year.
I can't
so
do that.
I'd rather take
No.
that instead of the heat. That's for sure, though. So
Jeremy, look
Yeah.
at your hair. Look at your hair. Do you see
Okay.
your hair? Mist. Frizz.
I can attest.
What do
I
you
can
see?
attest.
I have Jeremy's hair, and I
Yes.
can't get it wet. Jeremy, that's okay. I feel your pain, Jeremy. The hair
I feel
blow
this
out.
is- If it gets wet, it just hangs down.
Right.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
Well, if it gets soaking wet, it'll hang down. But if it's just a
Yeah,
little bit,
but
then it's like
mist, frizz.
Yeah, Adrian, there was a cute little meme this morning that I woke up to. This lady was doing a newscast, and she was like, "For all those girls with the blowouts, it's dangerous out there. Use an umbrella." And I'm like, "Yes, girl, you're talking to me." She's talking about the weather. There's puddles, and look, there's rain. And I was just like, she just had me laughing. It was a great way to bring humor to that mist. So, Jeremy, we'll rock the pros when it happens. We'll just rock it. We'll embrace it.
Yeah, my hair. I am actually very, very lucky when it comes to my hair and how it reacts to certain environments. So I am very lucky.
Yeah.
You just need a
Shut up.
kilt, Jeremy, a kilt, and then with the curly hair, you'll fit right in.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
give,
cute,
give
Kate.
me another year while it grows out, and it'll.
Yeah, but you definitely need to take vitamin D if you're living in the north of England or Scotland. Definitely, lots of vitamin D supplements.
I was very surprised when I was looking at the map that the bottom of all of them islands are further north than the most northern part of the United States border.
Hmm.
I could not believe how far up north you guys are.
Linda,
Yeah.
a kilt pattern. Plaid.
I like green. Plaid and green or red. Red and green.
Red.
Plaid.
Red? Yes. You would
Plaid
go
of
for the
any
red.
color.
Yeah, plaid girl.
Light red and dark red.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy. Next
Heard
time
a
you're
bottle
down
cap.
here, you're getting in a kilt.
Adrian, it is because of the old group of certain articles of clothing. I still can't believe you got that. You still have that one shirt. No, not the one you're wearing right now. She
Yeah,
actually
it is. Yes, it is.
is that shirt.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
show us.
So somebody put my face on a shirt and sold it, and allegedly said they put my face on leggings.
Okay.
What?
I'd be
Apparently-
curious as to the placement of the faces.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, certain parts of my face were in the most inappropriate of places.
That's a matter of
At
opinion.
least according to what was shown on the website, and it was said that a lot of people bought it, but I never saw one
Okay.
leg.
We're
All right.
talking
So
crotch
I
face.
guess I'm gonna have to wear it next show.
Nick is here.
I bought it.
What's up, everyone?
Awesome.
No
Hey,
way.
Nick.
Oh, hi,
Holy
Nick.
lights.
Good to see everyone.
Alf? No, that is
Duh.
so cool.
Everybody out there in the audience, hello, Scott, Iris, Linda, all of you.
Scotty, I was just talking about you, dude.
Yeah, so Nick, you missed it. We were just talking. Adrian's wearing the shirt that's got my face on the back.
Oh my gosh.
Remember seeing that one when we all got together?
I love it. You gotta put those out so we can get one, so we can rock
Yes.
it again. So she's got hers. We need to
Taken
get.
off the market. I had them taken off the market.
I
But then
got
you,
it.
but
We'll
then
put
you
it
got
back
the
on.
tights. But then you got the
I got it.
leggings, right?
We
I
should
want
get
the
thongs
leggings.
made too.
No.
Is that thongs as in like flip flops? Or...
No.
No. Okay.
It's one,
Silky
it's
That
one
thong,
of
boxers.
thong,
the
thong,
mascot
thong.
animals.
There's actually people in here from the UK watching in Scotland. They're all.
I know, that's awesome.
Lisa. Hey guys, how are you? Hey Rich. I love that.
Do a mob. Linda, what the hell are you talking about? No.
What?
Do a mob dance with the Adonis? Yeah. Hey, Nick, you got control of this show?
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, why?
Oh no.
Okay, Nick, you got to go.
Yeah, I'm going.
Is there a delay?
You're not going anywhere. I will whoop your ass.
Is there a delay again?
There we go.
Now I'm starting to regret this show.
Yeah. What the hell I just get into? Get myself into.
It's nothing you don't know about.
No, it's
Jeremy.
what I got myself into.
Well, I haven't even been here 5 minutes yet. All right, what the hell did you just send me, Adrian?
It's not news.
Oh.
You're okay.
Is it Jeremy in red boxers?
Kind of.
Oh boy,
I was wearing one of those Borat bathing
I
suits.
have learned to embrace it. Hell, we were just talking about.
Is it called a mankini, isn't it?
Yeah,
A mankini. I've never heard of that. That is so cool.
that's what Borat wore in the Borat
Yeah.
movie.
Hey, that is such a horrendous idea.
You should do it. Yeah. Get your face printed somewhere. Not going to say where.
Well, there's only one place you could,
Oh, it's
unless
already
it was really
yeah.
small.
It's already there.
Oh, where's Nick gone? Oh,
Scott, I want to see that picture, dude.
oh, the picture was so big that Nick's camera pixelated.
kilt?
Like, it's a big download, whatever it is.
It's not a kilt that Scott. Well, at least not that I know of. I know he's got a tutu.
Nick?
We know he's got a tutu and a pink wig.
I didn't know that either.
Nick?
We had that.
Nick has a
No.
tutu?
No, Scott.
Oh, Scott.
No,
okay.
thank God, no.
I have a pink suit.
Oh yeah, you haven't met Scott, have you? yet?
No.
Actually, most of you haven't.
Oh, Scotty,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on for a minute, please.
Come on, Scott.
Yeah,
We
it's
haven't
Scott.
officially met.
What are you doing?
So, Scott was
It's a
actually-
Christmas
Scott
vibe.
was
Come on
actually the
in.
one who came up with the concept of this show, the 13th Dimension. He and I were.
Oh, he's going to come on. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
need
Put
I
that
need
up.
to give him the link first.
I saw it through my phone first. Now I had to get on actual Facebook, so I'm getting it up right now.
That is good.
I'm actually going to download it instead because it'll be a lot quicker than sharing the screen.
Tom, where's your blonde hair?
Yeah, so Tom, that's your hair when you go to Scotland, right? Because of the humidity.
Wow. Yeah. A little bit.
Scott,
A
I
little
just-
bit.
Like,
There it is.
All right, so you guys want
Wow.
to see this picture that
It's actually pink.
It's really cute.
I didn't even notice, Tom.
It should be hashtag
Yeah.
Goldilocks.
this finally came today.
Scareville.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. This is the book that I ordered on Black Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it finally came in the got dropped off in the house.
You got another one, Tom?
Oh,
How
that
many
is-
you
Yeah.
got?
That's kind of got a chewy Chewbacca look to it.
Cheers.
Yes.
Chili.
Hi,
And-
Julie.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Yeah.
guess who's coming on?
You better get in here now. I've got room for one more person.
Come on,
Who's
Scotty.
coming on?
Let's do this
Come
shit,
on.
boy.
No,
Come
let's wait
on.
for Adrian. Let's wait for Scotty to come up, and then I'll show that picture because then we got everybody here.
Well, okay, then I'll be right back.
Okay.
You never know what she's going to come back with. You never know.
Yeah.
Adrian's going to get me in so much trouble.
So, Jeremy, there's leggings.
What's that?
Oh, I want leggings.
That's what I
No.
said.
No.
But
Hey,
what
Linda.
color are they? What color are they first, Jeremy?
I just want his face all over. Right? Just have his face all over the legs and all over my butt. And then I have the Jeremy shirt.
Oh, you're an
yeah,
owner
me
of a shirt
too.
too? Oh, that's
Me and
No,
Jan.
I need one. I need these things.
right.
Got to get hatch made and
Yeah,
There's
socks.
a
Bras
brand.
and
You got-
thongs and
As far as I know, Adrian's the only one that has anything that's got my face on it.
that sucks.
Darn.
There's
I'm happy about
I'm not happy about it. We all need a Jeremy shirt.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's okay. It's
now
going to
whoever that
be-
is,
as long
I'm
as
not
you-
here.
Just tell
But
them you're doing
I
one
am.
of
I'm
your,
here. What do they
just
want?
tell me that. Just tell them you're doing one of your videos for This Is Tom's World.
That's right. Did you see the new one yet, Nick?
No, you haven't told me it's been released yet.
It just went up today, actually.
All right, as soon as when I get off after this, I'm watching it.
You're called out. I'm not going to tell you where because you have to watch the whole thing to figure it out.
I'm gonna watch
need
it
to watch
tonight.
Me too.
I'm gonna watch it.
This is where, Tom, people can just take the little cursor and kind of skim through everything so that they can skip to the part that they want to see. That's
Well,
what I-
see, but Nick won't know unless he's listening to it. So you see, so he's got to watch it all.
He's got a
so-
point
I
there.
mean, he might be able to figure it out from what's on the screen, maybe.
Okay, so starting tomorrow,
Maybe.
we're gonna have those shirts and those yoga pants out and the boxers.
Nice.
Nice.
Where did you put them on?
I'm gonna send the link.
Okay, cool.
This is why you're my best friend. You always make sure I have what I need.
She made a quick spreadshirt shop, real quick. Just
I start questioning my circle.
Oh my gosh, do you know what we should do? We should do a calendar of like each of us wearing Jeremy.
We
Send a
should.
picture in.
that
There
sounds
we go.
so wrong.
Okay.
It does in so many ways.
I have never worn another man before. I'm not even sure how
That's
that
why-
works.
Good
I
idea.
hope not, Tom.
Tom, you just put your arms up. Okay, and the shirt slides right over.
Get it,
There you
girl.
go.
Simple.
That was pretty easy, huh,
Wait a
Tom?
minute, wait a minute. We're supposed to be talking about Christmas here. We're not supposed to be talking about my face. thing.
Well, yeah, that's my
I
Christmas
can,
present.
hey, I can make that picture with you wearing a little Santa Claus hat. That's perfectly fine. Now it's Christmas. Keep going.
Oh, can I get bunny ears for Easter?
Oh, I know where to put those bunny ears too.
That's what she said.
There you go.
That's what I'm thinking.
Where the hell is Scotty?
Yeah.
He hasn't come on yet. He's got the link.
Scotty.
Okay, so who has the craziest Christmas story?
Looked at his messenger yet?
Scott. I
Does
got
anybody
this.
have a funny Christmas story that happened on Christmas?
A
Well-
funny Christmas story? No.
Hmm.
Well, I do.
It would be quite ironic that it
Kind of.
happened on Christmas, being a Christmas.
Who's
story.
that? Nick or Joe? Who has the funny story?
Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I was, I don't know, when was it? Let me think for a minute. 2009, Christmas Eve morning. And my family tends to, we're Italian and stuff, so we tend to play practical jokes. Doesn't matter the time of year. Okay. My daughter, who happens to be about 20 years younger than me, because I was 20 years old when she was born. So she was like in her 20s then. Calls me up early in the morning, Christmas Eve, and I'm not a morning person. Dad, the radio station's trying to get a hold of you. You want a trip or something? And it's like, yeah, right. My friend calls me and, telling me the radio station's trying to get a hold of you. I'm like, no. I didn't believe him. I really didn't. At the time, my girlfriend, well, later my wife, was right there listening to the whole thing. No, I don't believe him. So when I woke up enough, to, you get that groggy thing like, and leave me alone so I can go back to sleep. When I finally woke up enough, I have friends at the radio station. Okay. So I called the radio station. Sure enough, I had less than a little bit of time left. And if I didn't contact them at that point, I'd have lost out.
Where was the trip for?
I went on an all expense paid trip for 2 to Las Vegas, Nevada to see Garth Brooks and to stay at the Wynd Hotel.
I remember that.
Now,
I remember that.
here's the funnier side of this now that I love making fun of this about. See, because I'm still in a lawsuit with Vegas, you know, because they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Got married down there, and she happened to come back with me.
See, isn't it weird how they follow you back like that?
So she came back with you. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
tough.
That happened.
Yeah, but
You know.
here's the good part of that whole story. We got married Valentine's Day 2010. So we're coming up on 14 years.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
So you didn't lose
Congrats.
the trip then? You didn't lose the trip?
No.
Because I hate it when I lose a trip, man.
That's
No, man, it's just weird because I had one and I just lost it.
Oh.
I have never won anything from the radio station
Well, I never
except for a hard time.
I never won anything that big. I used to be part of, well, I guess I'm always going to be part of the Q106, which is Madison, Wisconsin's country channel.
Country channel. Yep. I used to
And
listen all the time.
I've been a part of their music committee, card holder, whatever. So I didn't even enter the contest or know I was entered into some contest. It was just a random drawing out of all the names that were on their email list or something.
That's crazy.
It's funny how that happens sometimes.
Well, I'll tell you a little story about Garth Brooks.
He plays a mean round of golf.
Yeah, I did. That'd be the best thing you could say. So my best friend growing up, I was 20. Her husband used to run a cleaning service for Garth Brooks' mom and dad. He used to drop off there. Well, one day Garth Brooks was there. This was long before he got that extra name, this rock bullshit he had
Chris
going.
James.
Yeah, there we go. He was in her house, and this was as he was getting his divorce from his first wife.
Stacy.
And thank goodness, yeah, this one worked out well. They're awesome, but he was at the height of his great big ego bullshit. And he walked into his mother going, "Listen, you little son of a bitch, you ain't nothing but a little fat boy from Oklahoma, and you need to remember that."
Wow, body shaming.
Damn.
Well, he needed knocked down a notch or two, because I'll tell you another story. While he was with his wife, my friend, same friend, was waitressing in Veneta, Oklahoma. And there was this little place way out back that was known for calf fries. If anybody knows what that is. He was standing in line. She was getting ready to get off work, so I was there to pick her up. And he said, he was standing in there, and she goes, I nobody else will take him. I got to stay. I said, "Let me have the apron." And I took the apron and started seating people. And he goes, "Do you know who I am?" You're talking the wrong person, because number one, I don't get a paycheck here. Number two, I don't care. I said, "Yeah, you're about fourth in line." I seated everybody else. Got to him and his family, and it was him, his wife, and a kid. And he sat down again. "Do you know who I am?" I said, "Good God, this is the second time you've asked me. I'm sure you're going to tell me. Who the hell are you?" And he goes, "Garth Brooks." I said, "Great. My name's Adrian." And I knew the whole time who he was, and I went and got his stuff, come back, and they said, "He doesn't tip." I said, "That's okay. I don't get paid." So we went through the whole thing, and by the end of it, his wife was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Uh-huh." And he did end up leaving a tip. It wasn't much, but he left a tip, and I gave it to the
Asshole. Oops.
He had an ego from hell at that point, but
I
I hear
worked-
he's changed.
I worked jobs that relied on tips when I was a cab driver because I didn't get paid by the hour. I got a percentage of the meter plus tips.
That's right.
Hi, Scott.
Yep.
Scott,
Hey, y'all.
what's up,
Daddy.
Missy?
So get this. I don't know if you heard this, but this is going to be fun. Remember those Adonis stretch pants and the shirt?
I do. I do. Boy, do I.
We're putting them back out.
Are you?
Yes, we are.
Merry Christmas, Scott.
Merry Christmas. That is great.
That's funny.
Tom,
We are
talking
putting
about
them
how
out.
You would never wear any apparel that has another man's face on it. Well, meet the guy who will.
You keep
Why
that up,
not?
and I'm gonna download a picture of you, and I'll go straight to Amazon. I'll get me a pair of damn boxer shorts with your face on it, and I will wear them things.
We're actually
Find me a
doing
pair.
we're doing stretch pants, we're doing boxer shorts, and we're doing shirts.
And we
Scott,
need
do
a
you think we could do
calendar.
a calendar?
You got to get bras. You know, one face.
Oh my
on
God.
each.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
I need a picture of your hand.
But yeah, for some of y'all ladies that might work. But this big face here doesn't fit here.
So can we
Well-
just get a picture of Jeremy's hands and put them on the bra?
Ooh, see, there you go.
Like a
That
skeleton
might
one.
be
Picture of
done.
hands and do that.
And then the boxers, can I just get a picture of the back of his head for the front?
Oh my God, that would be great.
Jen, get with me later before we do these pictures and we'll put them up.
Wow.
That is
Adrian, I
fantastic.
got that picture ready. Speaking of which, so you guys ready for this?
This is
Yeah.
B-rated, don't worry.
Yep, don't worry. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Nice. That's a good picture.
Oh, I was just to see that's Adrian and Jeremy.
that's
And,
super
and
cool.
this was 2 accident before my little incident, so you can see that how nice and straight my eyes are in the picture.
And how short my hair was.
Jeremy, the second that the boxers cover my butt, nothing's going to be even. Your face is going to be like spread out wide, and I mean, you're going to look like you got chipmunk cheeks.
So he's going to have a mouthful of butt cheeks.
Jeremy,
Oh, hey,
We
shit,
love you.
Girls watching from South Africa.
Oh, I'm feeling the love, all right.
Wow. All these people from all over the world watching. Hey,
Chantel.
youtube.com/This Is Tom's World. Go subscribe.
Adrian, just so you know, Brad's also here. Just showed up.
Hi, Brad. Hi, Brad.
Brad, we
so
need
does
your
anybody
address.
have any super big plans?
Yeah, what is everybody going to have for your Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
You mean Christmas?
Christmas.
Right?
It's been a long day.
I just saw back that Chanel was here and she asked me if I was wearing mascara. Whoa.
Really, Tom?
Huh?
Oh,
I'm going to have.
Oh,
ale.
Chantel. Okay.
eyelashes.
Oh, and then Joanne also said, don't forget Canada, too.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merry
Yes.
Christmas.
Brad. Brad.
Uh-oh.
Brad.
What did Brad do? See, I don't have the comments.
He
He said
he
he's on the
said-
naughty list.
Except
He said
Adrian,
Merry
she's on the naughty
Christmas.
list.
Except Adrian, she's on the naughty list. Boy, I live on that naughty list, and I'm going to tell you something. You get a lot better presents on that naughty list.
You know what I heard? You know what I heard at the North Pole that there was like an elf like revolt, like the elves went crazy. They flushed all the wrapping paper down the toilets, and Santa had to call a plumber, and plumber was expensive, and the elves didn't want to work because the kids were all rotten this year.
Mm.
Yeah, that was rough. You know,
I'm not
elves
elf.
go crazy.
Be glad
I'm not
to
elf.
yourselves.
Look at Scott, you know.
That's Scott. There you go.
That's right.
How
Plenty of proof
how
out
did you
there.
get all the wrapping paper down there? Did you just shove a stick down there and like, you know, jam it in there real good and flush really
Well,
good?
it's paper, so it gets really limber.
Limber.
Oh yeah, I'll say limber.
Any
I
of
was
us
gonna-
that have had kids know how that goes.
Pliable.
I was gonna say limp, but
Well, okay, that too.
obviously, you know. But yeah, you know, just a stick, you know, that works, you know. Hey, I'm glad you liked the picture, Adrian. That's such a
That was hilarious. And I'm sure you saw my face when I saw it because that is not what I expected.
it's a good time, good time.
Hey, it
That's
looks like
why-
it sure was.
That's why I'm number 1 on the list.
The shit
Which
list?
was-
Say what? Sharing? Oh, you guys.
I said the shit list.
The naughty list.
Yeah, the naughty
Well,
list.
Scott's always on the naughty list.
I'm number 1. I'm number 1.
Always has been, always will be.
That's right. That's right. Got to stay that way. Keep my streak alive, you know.
So, Scott, what are you guys having for Christmas dinner?
I think we're going to have some ham. I think my mom's bringing some scalloped potatoes. We're going to have key lime pie, chocolate pie.
I've never had key lime pie.
Oh, dude, it is
I have
absolutely
no idea
amazing.
even what it tastes like.
Oh,
Lime.
Girlfriend loves it.
and just a bunch of snacks. So,
Key lime pie is the bomb. I love key lime pie. Tom, you should get some.
One of these times I'll have to try it.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know
Tom,
what?
yeah,
I'm
you
just gonna-
got to
I'm
get
gonna-
key lime pie.
Well, I'm going to fill in for Tom, too. Believe it or not, I haven't had key lime pie either. So that makes 2 of us, actually.
I've never really been around it to have.
We,
You too, Jeremy?
I don't eat pie at all.
That sucks.
Not even pumpkin?
Yeah, I'm not a pie guy. So
I like some pie.
I knew there was something wrong with you. We just had to figure out what it was, and we just found it.
See?
I'm processing this. Even if I don't eat the crust, I'll eat the filling.
Did somebody say taco pie?
No, I was thinking a margarita pie.
That's what it sounded like. I thought somebody said, well, not even taco. And I'm like, did somebody just say that? Like,
No, I was
Maybe it
thinking
was just
margarita.
Hey,
Not even taco pie.
Now I got to look that up to see if that actually exists.
oh, it does.
Probably
Believe
does.
me.
Oh, please don't.
I have had it.
it. You're gonna. Well, okay. Turn
I'll
off
keep
the
it to
filters
myself.
when you
I'll
do.
keep it to myself.
No, turn off the filters while you're looking that up. I want to see you turn red.
Merry Christmas, Nick.
you're
Yeah,
welcome.
can we see your outfit?
Yeah,
My
here.
outfit?
Let me. Here, I'll help you out with that.
You're welcome.
Wait, what?
I'll make you in trouble.
I didn't even know.
Oh
what
man,
going on here.
Adrian's looking at taco pie. She's feisty.
While Adrian is doing that, what about you, Joe? What are you guys having?
Me or Joe?
You.
It's whatever I'm making. So
Oh, that's my
probably
favorite.
pumpkin pie, turkey, ham, just like the regular fixings that we always have. It's my New Year's that's different. I make pancit for New
nice.
Year's,
Ooh.
I was actually
which is like a
expecting you to
Filipino
say
noodle.
ramen.
Gotta make
Ramen.
football movies.
I was just
Maybe.
expecting you to say something like that.
One of these Christmases, I want to do like Chinese food takeout and just not cook.
Oh wait, if you do that, you got to get a whole roasted duck with the head still on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a Christmas story.
Like Christmas
Definitely.
story.
And then have a bunch of guys try to say very
I was
badly.
about to get to that.
Rah, 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 rah.
That's my favorite scene on that
Don't know
entire
how to
movie.
pronounce certain Christmas songs properly.
It's smiling at me. It's
Oh no.
Oh,
It's Tom's World.
And you all just live in it.
I'll plug you.
You want to do
Don't
a
worry.
video like that, Tom, for your channel?
No, what about you? You said you got a party you're going to that you're going to have to spend Christmas Day. You got to recover from.
Who?
Joe.
Who's that?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to my brother's on Christmas Eve. So it'll be the first time in 10 years.
Wow.
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 Jeremy,
Merry Christmas.
there's one thing you have to understand about us Wisconsinites.
I made it.
Every holiday is a recovery holiday.
I made Christmas as traditional as possible because they'll never do it the way it was back when I was a kid. You had all kinds of Italian food, you know, house full of happy people. Football game was on TV, you know.
The older guys fall asleep in 10
Yep.
minutes.
Yep,
Start
my
snoring
grandpa
through the whole
would
game.
fall asleep on a couch in the basement in front of the TV, you know. But you had all this food from Gucci daddies all the way up to, you know, spaghetti, homemade pizza, you know, and all this stuff. My grandma'd start making the Gucci daddies and the other cookies and stuff months and months ahead of time. But I got a hold of my stepfather's recipe for homemade fudge. So I made two big pans of homemade fudge, one with walnuts and one just plain fudge.
One of them special.
Do you speak Italian, Joe? Because you said your family's Italian.
Yeah, I can't no more. After my grandfather was teaching me for the longest time, and when he passed away, there was nobody to talk to anymore. You know,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I was doing a lot of the history and asking a lot of the questions, going to Fiesta Italia all the time. And when my grandpa passed away, that was it. You know, there was nobody, none of the elders around, because at Fiesta Italia, where it used to be back when I was a kid, you had all these elders sitting there with each other, and they weren't speaking English. You know, they were going at it in Italian, and I kept listening, and I was picking up, and then my grandfather just decided to start teaching me.
Okay. Well,
I can speak New Jersey Italian, you know, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
where's the gabagool? You know,
but Joe, like, se vuoi, parliamo in italiano quando vuoi, perché sì, se
Oh
vuoi,
gosh.
quando.
Oh,
That's
Awesome.
I understood most of that. and
I
that's
understood most of that. Yeah, you speak Spanish, so Spanish and Italian are
It's
similar.
similar.
yeah, they're very similar.
And French. Yeah, I speak
Yeah.
French, Spanish, and so
Oh.
the romantic languages are very similar. And
Yeah, it's
guy,
the
you have to be
Latin.
careful.
The Latin.
You know, I'm so old that, you know, when my grandpa passed away, I was in my early 20s.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I speak
and here I
sarcasm.
am in my mid 50s. So it's been
Yeah.
like 30 years.
Yeah.
I was in my
Well, I
late
guarantee
20s,
you
my
the language
grandfather-
I speak has nothing to do with the love languages or romantic or anything else because it always sounds angry.
You sound German.
Huh?
I said Germans. If you speak German, it sounds angry all the time. Germans just sound angry. You sound
Not
angry.
In
Not
German,
near as angry as
Just saying,
Russian and
"Hi, how are you?"
Bulgarian.
Well, Russian sounds more sarcastic angry. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not like super straight angry. It's like a sarcasm anger.
I really like German though, because German, you have to really plan what you're going to say before you say it. So everything they say is very precise, and
Very thought
very
out.
to the point. Yeah. So I don't know, like I don't know. It's a very interesting language. It's a very rhythmic language as well, German, like with the different sounds that they have and everything. But yeah,
Part of my
it
heritage.
does sound a bit angry. Yeah, Tom, you should learn German.
But I'm more Irish
Okay.
than German, and you can see that, I'm sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who all speaks a different language?
I speak sarcasm.
I speak Philadelphian.
That doesn't count.
I say things like water
Agree.
and water ice. You know,
Okay, so everybody that speaks a different language, say "I love you" in that language, and let's see who sounds worse.
Ooh.
I love you in that language.
Okay.
What is it? It's mi amor or je t'aime.
That's
French and Spanish. That's a sweet sound. Go ahead.
mean,
You say
in-
yours.
In German, it's Ich liebe dich.
Yeah.
What?
okay. So that doesn't sound
Excuse
mean.
me?
Yeah, you heard right, Tom. Ich liebe dich.
What did you do with
Say
it?
it sounds
Did you eat yet?
German.
There you go.
Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
Greg.
You speak right back.
Christmas, Greg.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Greg.
Christmas.
Hi, Greg.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, they
Te
say
amo.
te amo. Te amo is in Spanish. Te
I
amo.
was
Yeah.
Te amo.
Ti amo in
Oh, yeah, I said my love, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I always
that's
call
what I
Abby my
said.
love.
And
That's
I love
why.
you. Te
I've
amo
actually
mucho.
got 3 years of Spanish, and all I can say is yo no comprendo mucho español.
Oh, that's a good one.
The only Spanish I know is what I learned from Sesame Street.
It took me 2 years.
Okay, so Spanish sounds nice, sounds romantic. German does not sound mean. It sounds nice.
Sounds like they're doing something to somebody's body part.
It almost sounds.
Yes, it does.
It almost
But-
sounds slutty.
But in Bulgarian, astobicham. How does that sound like I love you?
That sounds like you're talking down to somebody.
It sounds
Exactly.
angry,
Wow.
It sounds like you're calling somebody a bitch.
Oh, bitch. Yeah.
right?
And she's right. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's really close to Russian. So the only, not the only, but one of the phrases I remember growing up is "Akutini molchisha shadarin shamar," and that means if you don't shut up, I'm gonna slap you across the face.
I was going to say, would you just call me?
That's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it is.
So in Bulgarian, say Merry Christmas.
You know, I don't think they celebrate Christmas, and I don't remember ever hearing that.
Really?
I don't. I'm actually going to have to look that up because my mom died when I was 8, and the Bulgarian tradition ended then. So whatever I remember is from 8 down. But that phrase stuck with me forever. And calling somebody, my favorite thing was calling somebody a pig.
Oh,
It's preste. So it sounds a lot worse than what it really is.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So what about that phrase in some of the other languages? Let's hear it.
I can say it in Filipino, but I don't speak Filipino. I just know how to say that. And you say mahal kita.
Oh, that's
I have
nice. That's
that.
really
I have heard
sweet.
that.
That is pretty.
Yeah.
Here's another one, and I don't know if you guys are going to recognize it, but it's Yay Elsker Dig. You know what that is?
That sounds
Language that
Swedish.
one is?
Sounds
Swedish?
Nordic.
No, Norwegian.
Norwegian.
Okay. So apparently it is in Bulgarian. It's Vasila Kolida.
That sounds more festive.
That's a lot better than some of the other things that you say in Bulgarian. Yeah.
Yeah,
Feliz Navidad.
In Italian, it's just Buon Natale. So yeah, very similar. Buon Natale. Or German, I think it's like Fröhlich Weihnachten, because Weihnachten is Christmas and Fröhlich is happy. So yeah.
so how many languages do you speak, Kate?
I would say Italian is definitely my second language. My third is German, but I'm still studying it. I've been studying it for 5 years because I find German just so difficult as a
Right.
language, just for the grammar and everything. And then my fourth language, I'm studying French at the moment as well.
Holy cow!
So-
And how many do you speak, Jan?
Oh, I speak I don't speak fluently, but I speak broken, probably about 5 languages. And Kate, let me tell you, you're gonna you're gonna put your head through a wall learning French if you know Spanish or Italian, because I still cannot get the il and the el right
Yeah.
because it's so
Articles.
different. Yeah. And then like sunglasses, I can't ever remember which one's French and which one's Spanish.
Yeah.
It can
I
be,
feel
yeah.
you.
Wow.
I completely, if I go off on you and I'm speaking a foreign language, it's probably Spanish mixed with French, and just step away
You
slowly.
really confuse people that way, you know? They just look at you and go, gay?
Now,
Hey, man, what's this lady talking about, man?
Just step back and say, deco, which means okay.
hey, in England, you guys always said Happy Christmas, right? Instead of Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I get this question a lot actually. I think Merry Christmas is like very, very formal. Like you see it a lot more on Christmas cards and shows and things like that. But yeah, usually when we're just talking to friends and stuff, we're just like, "Oh, Happy Christmas," and yeah, it's just more chilled, you know, than Merry Christmas, where it's like really formal.
That pretty much would explain, kind of like in a way, like one of the most notorious Christmas songs that John Lennon did, "Happy Christmas, War is Over." So
Yeah,
they use that
that's
term instead
true.
of Merry Christmas.
Well,
It sounds more chipper.
England, so it makes sense for him to
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's where Happy Holidays derived from.
Oh yeah.
That's
Could
a good.
be.
That's a good theory. Good question.
That's just trying to be politically correct.
Oh, well, no, Happy Holidays precedes the politically correct pill that people have been going through in their lives in decades past. But it goes back to my childhood. I can remember like Christmas cards saying that, like Happy Holidays.
Right.
You know, so you could get a box of Happy Holidays and you can send them out to your Catholic friends, your Jewish friends. You know what I mean?
Send
It's
them out
like your
to
diverse kind
everybody.
of holiday wish in a way.
Growing up, I've always heard it as Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Season's Greetings, and Bah Humbug.
Yeah.
But just
So the Grinch inside of you.
So you don't have Merry Holidays? That just sounds weird.
Yeah. It wouldn't be like Merry Halloween. You know,
Yeah, that wouldn't sound right either.
yeah.
Yeah, Christmas. That would be like Merry Thanksgiving.
Well, Thanksgiving can be merry though.
so happy this, happy that, except for Christmas, and it's always been Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Merry
that's
Super
because
It's the
Bowl.
only one.
That's because of that fat dude in the red suit that flies around on the sleigh. That's what he said. So everybody else listened to him. He got it wrong from the start. It was supposed to be Happy Christmas, but
And
he
you-
got drunk because he was drinking beer with the milk and cookies.
And he was married.
Do
Right.
you
He was-
guys know the equivalent of our Santa? Because we don't say Santa really.
Yeah, I forgot.
Trumpus.
Oh, but just let's.
Krampus.
Trumpus.
Jeez,
No,
God.
Crumpet
Father
is German.
Christmas.
That's like South German, South like Tyrol.
Oh,
that
Santa
kind of area.
Claus.
No,
No, Father
Saint
Christmas.
Nicholas.
it's
Oh,
Father
he's on- I was gonna
Christmas.
say,
It's Father
he's on
Christmas.
Father
Father
Christmas.
Father
Christmas.
Give me
Christmas.
some money. Yeah, remember the song?
What
Okay.
was that? What was that, Jeremy? Nick, do you remember that goat that I sent you guys? That goes around and scares people?
Krampus.
Krampus?
Not Krampus. No, it's another name, and I can't remember what country it was from, but it was a goat. A goat man.
Krampus is more associated with
Uh,
Germany.
I'm
Yeah.
drawing a blank on that.
Oh, it was years ago, and that's why I
Yeah.
can't remember it.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, there's a country where there's a goat man that goes around and scares people for Christmas, and it's kind of like Krampus, but it's a little different. I was
He's
like,
just,
wow, you know.
he's just a haunt actor that just goes around. He's practicing for Halloween, is what it is.
Right?
Hey, Irene.
I
Merry
don't know.
Christmas.
A goat wouldn't scare me any. I'd put him in the ground and it would be dinner.
I don't know if a 6-foot goat came at my. I had a 6-foot goat on its hind legs, so it was a goat man.
Fainting
Dinner
goat.
time.
Well, I have to take off because my company is here. Stephanie has shown up, and I have to go out and open the door for her. So
Have a
Well,
good
you
night.
have a
Merry-
Merry Christmas and a
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
Merry
I'm gonna
Christmas.
step away
I'll
too,
reach
everybody.
out to you when I see the video.
Yes, you better watch. I'm gonna quiz you on it.
That is so cute.
Well,
I'm gonna
and
step
all of you.
away also.
I
Merry
promise you.
Christmas too.
Merry
All of you.
Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Take
Merry
care of each
Christmas,
other.
everyone.
Merry
YouTube.com/This is
Christmas.
Tom's World.
Don't
I said it twice.
Twice before he goes.
Twice? Three
I said
times.
it twice. 3 times.
Say it 3 times. Third time's a charm.
That's right. Tom's World. Tom's World. Tom's World. It's showtime.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
That's what I got.
It's showtime.
And then the mouth falls off.
Blech.
All of a sudden, Tom shows up at everybody's house through their mirror. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hey,
You want to make a video like that for
That's Candyman.
Right. That would be a great video.
all right. I'll see you all later.
All right,
Merry
take
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Tom.
Good
I'm
job.
going to sneak away too. Thank you so much for having me. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
have a
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, everybody.
again.
Bye.
Hi. For a second there, I thought we was going to be able to play Hollywood Squares.
Ooh.
Jill,
So-
so where
Jan?
are you from? I
Me?
never asked. I don't
That's
know
a
where you're
loaded question.
Originally
First time I think
Philippines.
meeting Jill.
the Philippines.
But yeah, my mom and my dad met there when he was stationed there. So yeah, then we all came here to America, California, raised mainly. I remember some things in the Philippines. So a lot of the languages where my mom is from is Spanish. So I was gonna say, like, I don't know a whole lot of like Tagalog, which is what a lot of people speak around here. But my dad is white, so it's like we don't speak it at home. And she stressed like, oh, just speak English so that way there's no confusion at school. Which later on in life, it's like I got older and my Filipino friends would always speak to me in Tagalog or whatever language that they can speak. And I had no clue what was going on. So I just knew basics and stuff. So, if you do have another language or like grandparents have another language, I say, teach all the kids that, like even just basic sayings, because they can use it later. And now it's like a lot of schools are teaching bilingual as part of their curriculum. So I just
It's
think that's
mandatory.
awesome. Yeah, it's
Bilingual
so
is mandatory now here in the United States. And and being from New Mexico, I completely agree with it 110%. And my little girl, she can speak Spanish probably better than I can. And I encourage it.
It's so much harder to grasp a language when you're older, and they always try to teach you like after you're 5. But the best time to teach them is when they're infants. And on up to 5.
Yeah. I spoke broken English to the kids, and speaking broken English to the kids, they picked up on other languages. So when they had to do a second language, it was like, okay, this is easy. It was very simple.
Yeah.
Hey, Jan, was it, I'm probably going to mess this up. Perchtenlauf, Perchtenlauf, the goat? The
Yes.
Goat man?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that the one? Yeah. Where is that? Is that Holland or something?
It doesn't really say. It just says people would masquerade as a devilish figure known as Perch, a 2-layered humanoid goat with a giraffe-like neck wearing animal furs.
Yep.
That's it.
Scott,
sounds
would that have been
terrifying.
on that Christmas special that we did that first year?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure because we looked up weird things and weird traditions around the world. And Jill, I was going to tell you, I lived in Hawaii for 3 years. And I tell you what, Filipino little women are scary playing Filipino checkers. And they will rob you.
Wow.
They will rob you blind. They don't care.
When did you live there? Because I was there for three years too. So
I moved there in 99. And then I left 2000.
I was there in the 80s. So
In the 80s.
I
I
remember
lived in the middle of
MTV.
a Dole plantation.
Ooh.
It was Dole on one side and Del Monte on the other, and there was coffee trees on the backside. So I got the whole experience of cane spiders and
That is so cool.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
it.
I
But
know
the only
that.
Dairy Queen on island, all the little Filipino women used to go around and they get together every Wednesday morning and play checkers. And I used to go down there and get ice cream because I was pregnant. And they sat down, they taught me how to play, and they robbed me the first 3 weeks. And then I caught on, and it was game on. And by the time I gave birth to my son, it was all over with. I showed up with a 10.5-pound baby, and they were like, "Brah, are you sure he's not Samoan?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not. He popped out looking like a 2-month-old.
Is that Dylan?
Pretty sure he's not.
There's some feedback here.
He popped out looking like a 2-month-old.
Is that Instagram?
Hey, there's some feedback here.
He popped out looking like a
Whoa.
Is that Instagram?
Whoa.
That's
That
IG.
was loud.
Getting some feedback.
You didn't know that, Adrian? Dylan was 10.5 pounds, 24 1/4 inches long.
No, I knew he was big, but I didn't know if that was him.
Yeah.
And then you said 80s, so yeah.
Oh, no. Jill said 80s.
I'm the 80s.
Oh,
She's the 80s baby.
Perchin Loft. Yeah, I don't even know.
But that goat man is really cool. Are you still looking at that, Scott?
I just posted the name up on.
Yeah, I just put
The
the
chat.
comment in.
Cool. I have a weird tradition from north of Italy, northeast, from Verona and like the Veneto area. They don't. A lot of the kids there and the families are quite traditional, so they don't celebrate Father Christmas. But they have Santa Lucia, and she's a saint of the blind.
Mhm.
And they celebrate kind of their Christmas so their Christmas Eve is like December 13th, and then December 14th is Santa Lucia Day. And basically she's a lady that goes around the town in a veil. So she covers her face because her eyes were taken from her. She's like a martyr, a saint. And yeah, there's a whole backstory. I'll have to post it on the page for you guys.
It's a
So,
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like got this veil, her eyes are missing, and she's led by a little donkey and a servant. And she gives kids presents, kind of like Father Christmas, if they're good, and if they're bad, then they get coal, and they get a scare by her as well, because she's terrifying when you see.
Why is it in America we don't scare our children?
Well,
Why?
They need it.
We have the most spoiled children. CPS would be called on us in a heartbeat if we did half of what the other countries do. And trust me, I've been tempted.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Don't think I'm not like all about getting Krampus up in the backyard here. Don't
That's what
think
I'm
that I
talking
wouldn't call the
about.
goat man up to scare the crap
Yeah,
out of the kids.
that's right.
Hey,
That's why I told all the grandkids and the kids that the elves said, "Screw you guys. We're sick of you guys being rotten. And we're gonna flood the place." And then the sleigh broke down. So
Oh dang.
yeah, but that's the only thing we can do to threaten our kids
Yeah.
to be
Right.
good during the holidays.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. And she must never look at you in the eyes and stuff like that. Like, it's just terrifying. I was like, wow, that's deep.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
Scott, you want to bring it to the United States?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Jill, you want to do it?
Dude,
I'm down.
these kids today need it, man. They need the crap scared out of them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they do.
Don't they have the
serious.
Krampus parades and stuff? They have like a Krampus parade.
Yeah.
We have
that's
like
the thing,
Krampus haunted house walkthroughs now.
Yeah,
Like,
isn't that in
well, they have
Germany?
a
Yeah.
festival.
there
in-
is we have a haunted house here in it's actually Melrose Park, and it's called 13th Floor. Hey, Nikki's watching. So the 13th floor, I mean, at first it was only open specifically just for Halloween, like other haunted house walkthroughs. But they decided to start expanding to other holidays, and we're still requesting for other ones. The only other ones now, they've expanded to Christmas, which of course it's Krampus night. And they're also going to have, and I know they're going to have it open again. They're also going to have it open for Valentine's Day. But we have been requesting, and we haven't given requests for them to keep them open for the other holidays like Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, even 4th of July. So, but yeah, they have a Krampus night there. And like I said, just really a few weeks from now, they'll reopen it for Valentine's Day.
They just had a Krampus thing here in Milwaukee not too long ago. Like a festival and parade or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I want to do for Valentine's Day? You want to know what a scary house would be? Let's walk through a scary house and look at all the divorce papers. And what people go through in divorces and custody.
I'm queen of that shit.
Right. Adrian will be number one. Right. And she'll be like, on Valentine's Day, we're celebrating love. And I love this man and this man. I don't know if I loved him. And
That's it. This man
No
fucked
comment.
up. This man was an asshole. Oh, and oh yeah, never mind. I forgot what he did.
yeah. See, that's what a scary house. That's what a Valentine's Day scary house should be. Is like, you know, people playing divorce like hearings on the big screen. You know, I
got a picture more like that movie, My Bloody Valentine.
Yes, I love that movie.
Yep.
It's not the original.
No, the only thing scary, how much you spent on that damn divorce.
I want to know why it costs $100 to get married, 50 for whatever certificate, 50 for the person to do it, but then it takes you like 20,000 to get divorced.
Right.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it way wrong.
I got divorced and she tried to get me to pay custody for her child that she had before I married her.
How'd that work out for her?
Oh, it didn't. But I'm just, that's how bad my divorce was. She was trying to get me for everything,
That's
I
okay.
can't.
My ex is still trying to friend me and my husband.
No, I keep praying I don't run into her because she lives not too far. I thought I moved far enough away, and the next thing I know, I run into her at a local restaurant that I frequent.
No. That's why I moved states away.
Yep.
States.
Yeah, well,
I love my ex-husband.
Well,
I got my kids here, so I'm not going to move states away. And I got grandkids, so no, can't do
anyways,
that.
alrighty,
My
y'all.
grandkids came with
I am
me.
jumping off, so
Hey,
I love
Scott,
you
by
guys.
the way,
Yes, ma'am.
enjoy your first Christmas as a grandparent.
Oh, I
No, this
absolutely
is his
plan on
second.
it.
Well, no,
second.
it's the first where it's they understand Scott knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
'Cause last year he was still, he was born in September, so 3 months he didn't understand. This year
This year it's gonna be game on, man.
is
Oh,
gonna,
man.
yes, yep,
Enjoy it.
Enjoy
So-
All
it.
right,
I will.
Scotty, I want pictures. I want you
Yes.
to post pictures so we can see them.
I will definitely do that. They will be here
My
Christmas
son
Eve.
just had
So.
a kid in September.
All right, perfect.
Congratulations,
Love you guys.
Joe. Love you,
Scotty,
Scott.
love you. Thank
Yeah.
you for
Hey,
coming
Scott.
on.
You're welcome. Bye, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I got to meet my third grandson on Thanksgiving.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you showed a picture.
Just yesterday, just myself, because I know I told you guys, I know most of you guys know, but for those who don't, I'm now officially an uncle again. So my sister had her baby just a few days ago, and for the first time yesterday, because now since I was COVID free, I actually got to hold my niece. So
Well, congratulations.
she is adorable. She really is, and I got her a Christmas gift.
Where'd you get her?
Bitch.
This was actually something I saw from another woman and her baby. So long story short, I was at this holiday event a few weeks ago, and there was a woman walking around with a baby who looked like the baby I think was only just a few days old, him or herself. I didn't know if it was a guy or a girl, but the baby was wearing this little Santa hat, but it wasn't just your typical baby size Santa hat. On the front of it, it said "My First Christmas." And because she was born, in early December, I thought that's what I basically want to get for her. So
I've
That's
seen those
awesome.
before.
I almost missed that chance because you can get them online, but it was going to come after after January. My mom texted me earlier today. She was at a different grocery store, and I couldn't believe what she sent me. She found almost the exact same hat along with this almost like a sack, almost like a little Santa costume almost. And I thought, this solves it. So I'll be able to proceed with this gift. So I got it.
That's
All ready
awesome.
to go.
Aw.
That is
you-
awesome, Nick.
Also needs a
Did you give your sister that little outfit?
I actually was going to. I told them about it, but because it turned out she was a little bit too small for that. But I went.
Aw.
Oh shoot! Hang
Well,
on a second.
tell her to hang it on the wall.
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys hear me? I saw I froze there for a second.
Yeah,
Huh?
we hear you.
What?
or
There's a delay.
No, I showed him it, but the baby was still relatively too small for this. So I thought, well, is there any chance I can give it to her for next year at the very least?
baby girl into
Yeah.
it next year.
What's that, Jeremy?
Baby goes into it next year.
Exactly. So, I spoke to my brother-in-law about it last night, and he told me there's still a good likely chance. So there's probably more probability I'll be giving that to her as her first Halloween-style gift.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but I still have it with me, though. I haven't forgotten about it.
Awesome.
Those are the best. My niece had her birthday yesterday. So she was a
Right
Christmas.
back.
I feel bad for Christmas babies. As much as they're special, it's like I feel really bad for Christmas babies.
My son was born 2 days after Christmas.
So he gets it too, doesn't he? It just
Yeah.
Zach is his
My oldest
Christmas
daughter was December 9th.
Oh yeah, that's still okay. But Zach's is Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
And
that'd be,
then-
That's rough.
Wow.
that'd be
and
a
then-
bitch.
My grandbaby was last Monday. So she goes,
So,
Grandma, can I get, she goes, I'm accepting donations. What the hell? You're 11. What are you talking about? What? She said, I'm accepting donations because I want my nails done. I said, you're
oh my God.
and
So
I
real
did
quick, because
her
I
to get
know
her nails done.
Adrian, Jan, you got
I love having grandkids.
Yeah.
so this
The
is
older
basically what
they
I'm gonna.
get, oh my God.
What's
so
it
this is
say?
the outfit that Adrian says. Here, check it out.
Nightmare.
Nightmare
Before.
before nap time.
Yes,
That's cute.
I love it.
That is
It's got a
cute.
little hoodie on it. It's got Jack's face on it. It actually looks like little blood
That's
splatters,
cool.
but it's all black and white though, so it's really cool.
That is so awesome, Nick. Where did you get that?
Adrian.
From Adrian and Zach.
Oh,
Oh my God, that is
That's
so cool.
nice.
that is cool.
I've got a friend here who was actually born on Christmas Day, and she told me she hated it.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. She was robbed of presents. She was
Oh,
robbed
geez.
of a holiday.
Yeah, that's why everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to have my baby on this holiday, and I can't wait to have my baby on this holiday. I'm like, why do you want to do that to your kid?
Yeah, no shit.
Can't they have their own special holiday? Can it be their day? You know, like, why do you want to have them on a holiday?
Well, actually, there's another day that people hate to have on their birthday. My cousin, aka I call her my sister because she is that close, and I didn't have any sisters, so a cousin had to do. Anyway, she's only like 2 or 3 months older than I am, and her birthday falls on the 13th. So when it falls on Friday, I love contacting her and giving her shit about that because she refuses to go anywhere if her birthday falls on a Friday.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Joe,
And I
Joe,
think this
you
year-
live. Well, I was going to say you lived in Wisconsin for quite a bit, right? You remember 2018, that massive snowstorm in April?
I tell you what, I lived here all my life. I remember the blizzard of 1976 or 78.
Ooh. I heard about that one. I wasn't alive for that one, but I heard. So you remember the blizzard in 2018? That was the biggest since that 76 blizzard.
Yep.
Yeah, I gave birth to my daughter in that, and I went into labor on Friday the 13th, and I was living in Waiwega, Wisconsin, and I had to make it all the way to Neenah, Wisconsin to give birth to her.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. By the time we left, I showed Adrian pictures. There's like inches and inches of ice and snow, and I'm just, let's go. I need to have a baby.
Oh no.
You don't do anything
Wow.
easy. Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I got pulled over rushing my girlfriend to the hospital twice when my son was born 2 days after Christmas Eve. But before that, when she called me and says, I'm going into labor, I'm flying down what's called the Beltline Highway in Madison, and I'm
In
doing
Madison?
100 miles an hour from one side of the west side of Madison to the south side on the Beltline, past 3 cops. Now, I was also driving a 1973 Lincoln Continental Mark IV. Okay. And I had the hazards on. So they didn't bother to pull me over. Well, I get her down to the car, goddamn thing wouldn't start. I must have overheated it.
You overheated it.
Right. So at that time, cars were like a dime a dozen out of the newspaper, and I had 4 cars. So I get into I had a Delta 80 Oldsmobile 80, Delta Oldsmobile 88, and we're not 2 blocks, 3 blocks from the hospital, and a fucking cop pulls me over for doing 5 over the speed limit.
You're like 5 over, really? You should have been around
I
about
was
like 30
like-
minutes ago.
I was doing like 40 and a 35.
Oh,
Yeah. And he pulls me over, and it's like, really? You can't see that there's a woman in the back that I've got to get to the hospital. Yeah.
You just tell him you want to deliver? No, when I came home with it, I went into labor with Avelina on Friday the 13th, and I remember looking at my doctor and I said, I'm not having this baby on the 13th. She goes, then close your legs. And I said, tight. And I waited until 1:24 or something like that in the morning. And I went, okay, I can have her. It's not Friday the 13th anymore.
Wow.
I can imagine. I wouldn't want to be cursed with being born on the 13th.
Let alone actual Friday the 13th.
Well, I was born, I could have been born on the 13th because my birthday's March 14th. But according to my birth record, I was born at 12:04 a.m.
Ooh, you slid right by that by 4 minutes.
Very
Yeah, I got lucky.
Okay, what's the worst birthday to have where you're from? Like-
So in the UK, Friday the 13th is also like superstitious, right?
It's universal. See?
Apart from Italy, I'm not sure about Germany. I don't think I ever asked in Germany, but in Italy, it's Friday the 17th.
That's right.
It's
Different
the
over there.
17th is unlucky, superstitions. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
So-
new one for me.
If anybody
so
was
Covered
born,
that when we did the Friday the 13th show. We talked about Friday the 17th, and then also
Right.
I think there was a Tuesday the 13th that was considered unlucky.
oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think it was.
Sure.
Yeah,
Tuesday the
it's
13th.
Tuesday the 13th.
Where's
Yeah,
that?
Oh, the 13th, everything is unlucky. Sam.
Yeah, there's no
You
13th
remember turning
floors
18?
in hotels. They skip over the 13th floor in hotels. They don't number.
Yep.
They
Yep.
don't number a
They
hotel
do.
13.
Yep.
The floor 13, because I noticed that when I was stayed at the Wyndham
Or room,
Hotel.
Yeah, Jesse just said he's never seen a 13 in a hotel room either.
You don't. You don't. Sam. Oh, I skipped over this till just now. Sam went to her friend's funeral today. That's got to be awful.
Kate, I just looked it up, and you know what's interesting is that
Yeah.
because you guys just mentioned about how like hotels don't have 13 floors. When you mentioned about Friday the 17th, the same thing too in Italy is that
Yeah.
like because I see a picture here of an airplane without a row 17.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. And also in China, number 4 is very unlucky. So you won't even have a 4th floor or anything like that on an elevator because it sounds very similar to death, the word for death in Chinese, number 4.
Oh, wow.
The same word. So yeah.
See,
I've heard
that's
that.
I don't understand
Interesting.
why they do that. Just because they label it something else doesn't mean it's that instead of what it really is.
No, my parents,
Yeah.
it's funny because they met on the 13th. They got married on 3/13/13. Their P.O. box was 1313.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
No, I'm sorry. Their P.O. box was 113. It was 113.
If
But they got married
showing
on
I don't know what is.
3/13/13
13?
at 113. So it was like 1313.
That's like Travis and I with the 11s.
Yeah, their car license plate said 13 on it. Nobody would park next to us.
My
In
God.
Walmart,
That's
in
perfect.
anywhere. Nobody would park next to us.
Jill's
And
like,
once you
yes,
found
I'm
out-
doing it.
I found out this year that my mom died. I had no idea she died. We obviously weren't close. Anyway, so now that car tag's available for Kansas for 13. Yeah. If I was there, I would get it.
Do
Just
it.
because nobody's going to bang your car because ain't nobody going to park next to you.
So I'm just going to have to get a license plate that says Jan 13.
There you go.
I like 13. I'm like the odd one out of everyone because I don't think
Me
it's
too.
unlucky.
13's my favorite number.
I just don't want to turn 13 again.
No.
No, that
I
would
wouldn't
be
either.
fun.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I turned 17, but not 13.
I'd rather be 21 again.
No.
Now that I can handle.
Scotty said that he forgot to tell us while he was on that he will be come January 5th. He's only going to have one job again. Thank God.
About time.
Yeah.
That's what I told him.
Where's Tom? I need to hear Tom's World.
Oh, this is Tom's World? That's his YouTube channel.
Tom's nowhere around right now. Hold up.
I'm just teasing him. I'm just teasing him. I'm just picking on him.
He's also, in case you forgot, he's also Pickle Tom, too.
Pickle Tom?
Yeah. Pickle Tom.
They do
Pickle.
a thing on Fear Fans where every time somebody mentions this is Tom's World, there's a little banner that scrolls.
I made that.
I
Yeah,
can't
I
help
was
it.
actually going to do that, but I couldn't find it. Like how many times it's been mentioned.
I think it's been mentioned 13 times.
This one,
That's why I did it. I swear if we go back and count and it's been 13 times and I just had to say it for the 13th and just
I created a bad omen, right?
I should have kept count, damn it.
Yeah.
wow.
I think I'm going to have to go, guys, because my battery's on 2%. I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry. I have to go. But thank you so much. Merry Christmas to
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Hey, it's always
Thank
great. Merry
you.
Christmas.
Thank you so much. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Right.
Bye.
Okay, so is there any Filipino traditions that your mom carried on for Christmas?
No, not really. We have a lot of Spanish heritage. So it's like we do Day of the Dead, you know, kind of. Not so much here, but definitely our relatives in the Philippines.
See, I understand that. I love Spanish traditions.
You know, I miss a lot of traditions, and I know the Spanish, some of, you know, because Spanish and Italian, the language is very close.
Yeah.
They're similar.
My son's
Okay.
Italian.
But we had a lot of traditions, and a lot of it was, you know, it wasn't so much about the gifts, you know. When I was little, I mean, yeah, it was because that's, you know, kids, you know, you wanted, But as far when you look back on it now as an adult, I miss those old traditions. We had everybody. My grandfather, when he came from Italy as a child, they ended up owning 3 properties that were well, actually 4. There was 3 in front and 1 in back, and it was across from a cemetery, and it was in the heart of what was called the Greenbush neighborhood. And basically primarily Italian people. So my grandfather lived in the middle house, or no, the far end house closest to the funeral home, and after everybody got done eating, all the houses would gather at that one house, and it was just amazing. But it was always like spaghetti, lasagna,
Ooh.
you know, all that good food, homemade pizza or spaghetti, you know, veal parmesan, chicken parmesan, you know, and then you had Italian cookies, which were called Gucci-Daddies.
Cucciaratis, yeah.
I hated those damn things.
I love biscochos. See, that's our cookie here in New Mexico. That's actually the state cookie is a biscocho, and it's our tradition around here to make biscochos for Christmas. And
Well, my grandma made a Swedish cookie that I really like too, and it was called a krumkaka.
Okay, I have heard of that.
I learned how to make those myself. They're very time consuming because with the old fashioned traditional iron, which is what she used, you could only make one at a time.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
With the modern electric iron, you can make 2 at a time.
Well,
So,
are they like big or what?
they're very small. They start out looking like a pancake, but they're very thin and delicate and very sweet. Okay. And what you do is while they're still warm, you roll them up with a special pin, rolling pin. And then after they've cooled and hardened like a crisp cookie, some people fill them with different fruit fillings like you would for a pie, like apple, and then you dust it with powdered sugar or cinnamon or, you know.
And they're delicious, and they're delicate. They're so delicate.
Yeah, and they're addicting.
Yes.
Especially when they're just plain by themselves with just a little powdered sugar over them. She used to yell at me because I'd help her, but I'd also be eating them as she was making them.
And do you feel bad now, knowing how hard that they are to make?
No.
No, I wouldn't either. I'm glad we're on the same page with that because, yeah, I don't feel guilty eating anything that was hard to make, you know, over the holidays and sneaking it because that's what it was there for, right?
I spent a lot of time with my grandma learning the recipes and learning how to. She used to make wedding cakes and do all the roses and flowers by hand. She taught me all of that stuff. So I learned that from my grandmother, and then I learned all the Italian side, the homemade spaghetti recipes and stuff from my father.
Jim, tell him to get in the camera and say hello. He don't get to just sit there and show his shoulder. Bullshit. Hi, Jesse.
Hola.
Just sitting there.
He's been sitting here.
Yeah. That shoulder there. And then I saw the side of the beard. I couldn't figure out if it was Nate or him.
Oh, it's the beard. Yeah. This is my Christmas present. He got to come home early, so my Christmas is early. I get to spend it with him and simplicity. I mean, we're going to do appetizers for Christmas Eve and Christmas dinner. You know, screw making a big meal. Just go grab a whole bunch of little appetizers and throw them together. And I'd rather put Legos together with the kids all day on Christmas and instead of cooking and dealing with issues, just something small this year.
Yeah, Mason is supposed to get here Sunday. So
we actually make these hors d'oeuvres that my mom showed me. I'm hoping we're doing it again for actual Christmas Day. It's like where you take those little rectangle shaped crackers, you put Parmesan cheese on it, then you wrap it around with bacon, and then after that you cook them in the oven. You gotta make a whole bunch of them.
I'm going to Nick's.
Yeah,
Oh my
and we're
God.
coming.
Bacon, I'm going to Nick's.
Oh my God, it's just the way how we make them, out of this world. I
I'm
can't
hitting
stop
your
eating.
mom up.
Ruined it. No,
My
you
mom
ruined
showed
it
me
with
how to do it.
Parmesan.
Huh?
No. You
No.
ruined it with Parmesan. I
No,
don't want
it's
my
actually,
food
you'd be
smelling like
surprised,
rotten
Adrian. You'd be
feet.
surprised.
Adrian, there's nothing wrong with Parmesan.
What about
Except it
mozzarella?
smells like rotten feet.
My kids call it stinky feet cheese.
Okay, there's a reason.
That's what I
they
used to
it
call it
that.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, Joe, I lived in Waiawega, and we lived right next to Star Dairy, Waiawega cheese. And I tell you, yeah, and that's where all of us worked. So, the worst smelling cheese has to be feta. I cannot do feta. I knew on the
I
days
love
that
feta.
feta was being made. Yeah, see,
I found something that smells worse than cheese,
What?
and you won't believe what it is.
Budapest.
I used to work at Swiss Colony, and all that wax and stuff that they used to package some of those gifts, like the big gift packages. Oh my God, that place would stink. I used to work in the packaging department of that. And it wasn't the cheese. It was the stuff they used to package that in. Because it wasn't your normal, like the thing, like the string things that were all stringy in there, the grass or whatever. That was all wax coated.
You guys want to know what stinks? It's a pig farm that's about a mile away from Adrian's house.
That's not a pig farm. That's a dairy. That's a dairy farm.
Dairy farm, whatever.
Dairy farm. What? Pig farm, dairy farm, same thing.
No.
Chicken.
Obviously, you've never lived out in the country before.
Chicken farms are the worst smelling farms that there is. And you know what's funny, Joe? That's the only place I really truly ever order from is Swiss Colony.
No, wait a minute. I own chickens, hundreds of them. They
Chicken
don't
farms.
smell
Chicken farms.
like that. Now,
Chicken farms.
The only thing I got from Swiss Colony was that cheese, the sausage with the cheese in it.
Oh, yeah.
The summer sausage with the cheese in it. But now you can find that just about anywhere.
Swiss Colony still. Jill, have you ever heard of Swiss Colony? Okay, you got to go to the SwissColony.com. Listen, they have the best gifts. If you need to send something overseas or you need to send something down the road or to the next state, they got some like pretty amazing food gifts.
The other one, and the other one they own is 7th Avenue.
Stuff like this.
And I think there's another one that they own too, because they used to have 3 stores all in a row in Westgate Mall. 7th Avenue.
Do you know what a petit four is? They're the ones that do these ones.
Is that chocolate?
Who's that?
It's the little cakes.
What's that? Is that from Swiss Colony?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little cake bites, the little petit four.
Those
Yeah, I'm
were
telling
good.
you.
Yeah, they're addicting too. But my favorite would be like mint meltaways from Fanny Farmer.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
I miss Cerrugi's chocolate in De Pere, Wisconsin. Cerrugi's had the best chocolate I have ever had.
I wouldn't know. I grew up in Madison mostly.
See, then you get the best Kringles.
So
I miss Kringles. Wisconsin, if I missed anything, it'd be Kringles and it would be the chocolate.
Shep's ice cream.
Yep.
Is
Oh,
here. Shep's ice cream is here because I used to work there. Spent all summer with a constant cold.
I bet.
Because I used to work in the freezer department, where they and putting it on the pallets, the big gallons of ice cream.
I'm watching Jesse Doodle here. I Wisconsin's pretty interesting when it comes to like the different types of food that you can get. Everybody always says, "Oh, it's beers, brat, and cheese." You know, we have some pretty good things in
Well, I
Wisconsin.
don't know. I spent a couple of years as a top-rated security officer in Madison, and I tell you, the campus lives up to its name. I mean, this is like the #1 drinking state, or it was for when it came to campuses. I mean,
Still is.
these UW people that were down to Madison UW, man, they know how to party, and not just that, they haze the hell out of each other. And when they get drunk, that hazing gets worse.
It's brutal.
I thought my job was going to be boring as a security officer, like working in a factory after everybody's gone home from work. You just walk around, do rounds, right? I was working parking ramps downtown, right in the heart of the UW campus, bar time. I'm sitting there writing parking tickets in the bottom of the parking ramp. This girl comes running through stark naked, barefoot and all.
Wow.
I kept all professional about it. I gave her my jacket, put her in the back of my car, told her I couldn't let her run back to the top where her clothes were, because you never know what's in them stairwells. And she had to go. The whole thing was she was running back and forth to the stairwell. So she'd get down one level and have to run across to the other stairwell. And she had to do the same coming back up. Well, I caught her in the basement. Get to the top, there's a whole bunch of them up there, laughing their asses off because they dared her to do it as part of a hazing thing.
Jeez.
I should have, but I didn't. My job was to call the cops, but I let it slide, because,
it's college.
Right. But you get this kid coming up there that was like working with me. He heard what I was doing in the radio, and because I had a radio into my supervisor, he comes racing up in his car, and he's sitting there just gawking.
Of course.
You're like, no, this is not why I called you. To say I'm back. No. Never mind. Go away, supervisor. I got this under control.
Well, he wasn't the supervisor. He was a young punk that just started working there. And heard this over the radio, and he just comes racing out of nowhere, and it's like,
free titties.
Well, some of them like that gave security officers a bad name. Another example was I worked with a guy. I got fired after this. I was sitting in a very bad part of the Madison, and we were working at a Taco Bell on the weekends because they were having trouble with drunks and violence and so on and so forth. But we were out taking a break because Taco Bell was empty at that point. So we were sitting out having a cigarette, taking a break in the parking lot. And all of a sudden, this car comes over from what's called Darbo neighborhood, where a lot of drugs and stuff was going on. Comes racing across the main road over the media strip and runs into like a big light post where it's got the big round cement base. 4 kids get out and they start running. Well, my partner and I tackled 2 of them and put our handcuffs on them. And the cops were following. Well, they busted these guys for drugs. There was a shitload of coke in the trunk, and they also stole the car at the time. So later, my supervisor comes up, this guy that got hired at the same time I did, with less experience, became a supervisor. The only reason I didn't get it is because I didn't have my driver's license. It was revoked at the time. Okay. He comes up He gets up in my face because he was starting to yell about my partner who had to happen to have diamond earrings. You could barely notice them. Okay. So he
Guys,
comes up, he
I hate
asks,
to put you off. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Avelina just woke up and she's screaming.
oh,
I love
Take
you.
care.
Love you
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's.
anyway, he comes up and he's like, with his captain stripes, he's like, you see this demands respect. And he starts yelling in my face about this because he said I lied to the owners of the company about my partner. Well, my partner, who happened to be a former MP in the military, I'd give a rat's ass if he had earrings or not. The guy was going to back me up. Anyway, so he got in my face, so I hit him, and the manager of Taco Bell started going like this and all of that. I got fired for hitting my supervisor. I had a temper back then, you know. I really did. Not so
Imagine
much
that.
anymore. Anyway, well, I don't always admit the rest of it. I'm the worst three things you could have. I'm Italian, Irish, and German. They got bad tempers. My dad had a bad temper. Mine's worse. My brother's is even worse than mine. You know. So I got fired, but here it is about 2 weeks later. The guy's getting arrested because he pulled a girl over, posed as a cop, and propositioned to meet her in a hotel.
Oh, jeez, no.
Oops.
Yep.
I've heard of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's impersonation.
The badge goes to his head, and he decked his personal car out to look like a squad car.
Who was the serial killer that did that? Wasn't it Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, that was
Who was it?
No, Dahmer was the one that preyed
that
on
wasn't Dahmer. No,
young men.
Oh, Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy, I think it was. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I got a car that looks like a squad car. My truck, it looks like it's police interceptor. It's still black and white, but it's going to get decked out to look like a paranormal vehicle, and the lights on the top are going to be purple. You know, they're not going to be like red and blue or anything that I can get in trouble for. You know, but when it comes to badges, I still keep all mine. See, I worked for the oldest company in the world. I'll show you right here. You recognize their logo and their name. See?
Pinkerton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rose. Okay, we gotta acknowledge this real quick. Rose. So I'm sure you have a story to tell if you believe. Go ahead and write it out. Tell us.
Wonder where.
What made you believe?
Yeah,
I also
that's
just kind of.
5 weeks ago.
I'm also kind of curious too, because you know, every time we have a new viewer, so I'm always wondering like where they're from, because you never know if it's an
Yeah.
international viewer.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
After this show, I need to talk to you.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
in
I
trouble.
can't wait till next month.
That means I'm in trouble.
You're
Real
in trouble.
trouble. Real trouble.
Hey, Nick, I'm looking forward to next month.
Yeah, this investigation is going to be really interesting.
I'm hoping Mark can get that at least one of those REM pods built and working.
I have a REM pod myself. So, Rose is from Dublin, so Dublin, Ireland.
Ooh.
Okay. Perfect.
I wonder
And
if
I have okay. Rose, are you maybe a medium, or do you just have a ability to see, or what's going on there?
as far as I know, this is probably our second viewer from Ireland after, of course, Jenny.
Yeah, we have quite a few on different shows, but
Yeah, but maybe I'm sure there's others. I just never seen them.
I like to hear their stories.
I feel like-
Oh, it's always interesting, especially coming from, you know, that
Dublin.
area.
it is.
Oh yeah, they're full of history.
Oh, lots of
Ireland and the UK are just huge with paranormal.
Oh,
And I
I'm
always
curious
want
if
to say, and I always want to say this because because I'm part Irish myself. Because some people also get the UK and Ireland, as the same, is that it's part of Ireland's
Yeah.
part of it. It is not. Ireland is its
No,
own
it's
independent
not.
country. It may be
Yeah,
close
yeah.
to the UK, but it may be close to the UK, but it's not part of the UK.
Yeah, I'm actually getting something set up to play in a half hour. I was going to play a music video at the end of this show, but since I put this show up on Spotify, it might have an issue with the copyright. So
That's what I was going to. I know exactly which video you were going to put up, but
I already
I
saw
don't think
part
you're going
of
to be
it.
able to do that with Spotify.
Yeah, you saw part of it.
Okay,
was-
so
You were
she's
video
just
reviewing
seen
it, and I just popped in.
she's just seen ghosts. Okay, so do they live with you? Do they live in your house, or
Is your
just seen
house
them
haunted, or
other places?
And
There's a lot
obviously,
of
I mean,
haunted places
whether he lives with something there or not, I mean, again, country like Ireland with so much history, many of their buildings, even if they don't say it they don't even publicly speak about a lot of those buildings, especially in houses there, most of the time are usually haunted because obviously they got a much bigger history than we do over here.
Right,
They
right.
were always very open and honest about it.
They are, yeah.
I-
Well,
that- I think
they're
that's
more
the
open about it
difference.
than over here.
I think we're just getting more open about it than other countries. I think other countries have been a little more than we have because I think
It's
we
taken a
tried
while.
to. Yeah,
Well,
because
if you guys remember, when I went to that bar and restaurant earlier this year, I think it was like back in April or early May, the Bad Attitude Bar and Grill, which I got to talk to her at some point because I was going to try to get, if you guys remember, I was going to try to get her on Supernatural Talk at some point. She's very open about her bar and restaurant. She wants this place to be investigated. And she's not charging anyone either.
Right, but let's think about it. A lot of places here in America, if you're going to investigate places, if you think about it, either they're very open to investigations because they want it known as the paranormal, or they want you to shut the hell up and not say anything about it being paranormal because they don't want it known.
Yeah, but here's what I found. I go out and my wife will get me out of the house, so we end up going here and there and here and there, different shops and stuff, just looking around, and I'll end up sometimes I end up with like a small crowd around me because they find out what I do. I give them one of my cards and they go, "Oh, you investigate the paranormal? I got a story for you." Or my grandma's house used to be haunted, or, something like that. Or 9 times out of 10, and once in a while, they'll just take a look at my card and they'll just walk away. But most of the time, they look and they see that paranormal investigator and red on the back, Well, you can't see it too well because it's so shiny in here, but they start talking, telling me stories, or they want to hear a good story. Like, what's the best place you've been to? Or what's the most haunted place you've been to,
I mean, that's something that when I used to be part of the old team Midnight Paranormal Society, not the one obviously down in Texas, which ripped us off. That's another story, of course. But like I said, my last residential investigation prior to this one that me and Joe and some of our crew members are going to next week, because like I said, this is the first one I'm going to be involved with within several years. And the last time that we went to a residential, it wasn't me. It was another of one of my crew members who he didn't even have business cards, but he was wearing his MPS shirt. So somebody, I think it was at like a Dunkin' Donuts or some cafe that he was at, and somebody happened to see the back of his shirt and came up to him. He's like, "Do you do paranormal stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm part of Midnight Paranormal Society, MPS." And he's like, it was kind of exactly as you just said, Joe. It's like, "Well, I got a story to tell you because we've been having issues here at our house, and that's what brought us over there." And of course, that's what I happened to witness, that quite horrific scene. But it's not even. But same thing with me now, of course, with my vest. even when I go on these road trips, like if we stop at gas stations or in
Right.
restaurants.
Wait till you see mine when it's done.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
I've got an idea for a brand new vest. I mean, you saw what I've got, but I want one that's pure paranormal instead of, you know, my racing, you know, my Rusty Wallace logos and
Yeah.
stuff on there. You know,
Remind me to get
the
when you get that done. Remind me, we got to get a picture with our vest facing. So that'd be
But-
awesome.
mine's gonna be really cool on the back. I'm gonna have it custom made.
Awesome.
That's what I said to you, Nick, the other night, that we should have a vest for things. Remember, like a what did I say? Like a motorcycle club.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
well, like I just said.
Well, that's
Adrian,
exactly
you
it.
Talking about doing that for a
That's
while.
exactly what she,
Yeah,
what
Adrian,
she
you
just
had-
said.
Adrian, you
I'm
thought
gonna-
about it too with the biker vest too, like with
I'm
things.
gonna
yeah,
take it,
yeah.
put that in the middle, and then I'm gonna make 2 rocker bars, one on top and one on the bottom, where it says the top one says Insane Asylum and the bottom says Paranormal Investigators.
That's
I
awesome.
just have to be
Kind of
careful.
like the you know, biker patches.
Yeah, that they're called
Yeah,
rockers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to be real careful with that because my husband is a biker.
Mm.
So I have to be careful. I cannot put states
You can't use a state
on my
rocker.
patches. I can't
Right.
put.
Well,
there's
you don't want to
certain things-
offend them, so you don't want to put the state, and you don't want
Right.
to put certain things on those
Yeah, like-
patches. So that's why I
Right.
said, like,
Yeah, I-
Insane Asylum will be on the top, and it'll say Paranormal Investigators, and have my little
Right.
Yeah, they say, and I told Jill this the other night.
logo
when it
in
comes
the
to those
middle.
location- when it
because I'm
comes to
getting
those
that
location
trademarked and
rockers-
copyrighted too.
Yeah, like when it comes to those location rockers, and I told Jill this just the other night, it's like you could use a certain location. Like any group can be like a neighborhood club, a town club, a city club, or even a county club, or even a village club. You just cannot be a state club.
Right. Right. I can't have a state name on it.
Right.
You can't even. They even still freak out. Even if, let's say, for example,
That's
if
okay. That's okay. We are a global club.
we're a global one anyway.
I
Well,
can.
the
I
other
can
thing, too,
put
is that-
things.
Well, and even too, if you think about it, you know, and it still pisses some of these clubs off. Even if, let's say, for example, like you, Adrian, like where you live, you know, you're kind of more northern, almost northern Colorado. Even if you use like, because you know, like for example, well, Jill, you would know this. Like there's North Cal and then
Yeah.
South Cal. Even if you just use
SoCal and-
part
yeah.
of it, yeah. Even if you just use part of it, that still doesn't. That still is not allowed. Back in the 60s and 70s, you still could do that and get away with it. But now in the buyer culture, they're saying no, you cannot use any of it at all.
Yeah. Well, I know because one of my best friends was part of those 1%ers at one time. And
Mm.
then there's a biker group that I grew up with around here in Madison that there's always been a joke that they've been on the police department's payroll. But most of those guys are like teachers, lawyers,
Yeah.
you know, and they do a lot of charity work.
Right.
Yeah, they
right.
have a lot of them. The only ones they really just do not
But
allow, like
They
those kind
still
of clubs.
they still have a code when it comes to those vests and those colors.
Yep.
Absolutely. I can put things on my vest, but I cannot put things of Colorado
I'm
Yeah.
on
gonna
my
custom.
vest.
If I get this machine, if this comes out, I'll know when I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for a letter. Let's just say, a settlement letter.
That's exactly
Okay.
what I got. Obviously, mine's a leather.
Well,
All
I
right.
want to join the things Insane Asylum Motorcycle Club. I want my own vest.
When,
You know,
when
I told. I
when I
actually
get this thing, you get this letter. I'm hoping there's going to be enough money left over so I can buy one of those embroidery machines. Okay.
Those things, I looked at those at Walmart and oh my God.
No,
What is
I'm talking about the ones you walk into, like a baseball cap place in the mall that has that one like that's made by whatever. It's gonna, anyways, about 10 grand.
You can
Okay.
buy the same thing at Walmart.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. I've
Trust
done
me.
it.
Probably not.
I
the
have
one-
done it. Don't
Yeah.
do that shit.
Probably
Hey.
not. Anyway, here's the
guys,
thing. I'm gonna
it's
make those
8:05.
patches.
That's awesome.
You know, I'm just gonna say this quickly because again, I was telling Jill this as far as like patches go. By the way, Adrian, like I said, when I used to run my old group, we actually had different types of patches that I created. Again, based on the clubs that you get
Yep.
awarded for. And guess what? I just looked at my phone. I still got that list. If you guys
Oh,
want, if you want me to
shit.
send it to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I got the one
Nick?
that you got because of your vest.
Yeah,
That Mothman one that looks like the Batman logo.
that's right.
Yeah.
What were you gonna
Oh,
say, Adrian?
look, Jill has somebody that's very nice to her.
Oh my God.
My
But,
brother.
I want to
That
take
is
that.
awesome. Nick, I need you on the call
Okay.
after this show.
Yeah, I'm open.
We're gonna need all of us for this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here. We're about to have to shut down anyway, aren't we, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a thing coming up in 25 minutes, but I'd like to get off before that. It was only supposed to be an hour show.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
I
know.
told my
Yeah,
mom,
two
We
that-
never
hours.
can do
I
an
literally
hour.
told my mom that I was going to be
Well,
on
it's
here.
kind of hard to keep it at just an hour when you got 10 people on the show.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
everybody
actually
in the
tried
audience
offering,
was so fun.
It's
I
fun.
actually did try offering Don if he wanted to come on, especially because I just had that gut feeling that most of the crew from Fear Fans was going to be on. I called him up earlier today and asked if he wanted to come on, even though he had
By the
the link,
way-
he doesn't really. I checked with him. Unfortunately, it didn't look like he was going to be able to come on because
We had 10 people on here. I would not have been able to fit any more.
Well,
I watched
yeah,
Black
I know
Christmas
that. I'm just
today.
saying, just in case if he had the opportunity, but he was really work's beating him to death. So he was so exhausted. I mean, I told him we're starting at 7:00, so if you want to come on, this is the time. But
Yeah.
obviously he's not. I would not even be the least bit surprised. He's probably still sleeping. So,
Right.
but at least
Linda,
I told him.
please
Hey, I
message
watched Black
me with
Christmas
what.
today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I started out watching the wrong one though. I started out watching the one that starred Margot Kidder.
Oh, the original
Ah.
one from the
It's
70s.
original.
Yeah,
Olivia
the
Hussey,
original, and I couldn't get into it for some reason.
That's a
But the other one,
Linda-
I got kind of hooked on.
Message
Rose
me
a
what
question
pink
quickly.
energy means. Message
I
me
was
that.
wondering what the pink edge. Oh my gosh!
Lots
you
of
can-
love to you,
Oh no!
Pink is love.
Look who just came on.
Linda. Okay, and Joanne. Merry Christmas. We love you.
Joanne, Merry Christmas, Joanne.
Merry Christmas.
Okay,
Jeremy,
real
I'm gonna bring-
before we sign off here, I'll let Nikki on here.
Yep.
Oh, Nikki.
Nikki. Hey.
Hi.
Got you
So glad to see you.
Where is she?
Merry Christmas.
We're getting ready to sign off, Nikki.
Hey, twin girl. What you got?
I'm good. Bye.
Oh, that is like
It's
your
okay.
mini me.
I know. Bye.
She is
I'm good. How
such
are
a
you?
cutie because I was on a video chat with her last night. That was the
She's
first time I ever got to see
beautiful.
her daughter on a video call.
Yeah, she's cute.
And
She is
and
absolutely
Rose,
beautiful. Her energy just glows.
Rose, we have shows all throughout the week, pretty much every single night. I've got one, sometimes two shows a week. Nick is on 30 of them.
Yeah.
One.
I'm taking a break from it though.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Fear
right.
Fans.
So all of us
Right.
are on at least one show throughout the whole week. It's just varying times. So anyway, it is time for us to sign off. So for those of you that are still here, thank you for being on the show.
I know you just came on, Nikki, but we were actually getting close to ending. But we thought we'd let you stay on for at
That's
least a
okay.
minute or two.
Yeah. For those out there in the audience, thank you so much for playing along. Be safe out there.
And remember, anything's possible.
Yes. All of you guys have a very Merry Christmas.
I always say that at the end of my show.
Merry
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
holidays.
everybody.
Good
Stay
night.
safe.
Night.